Hello, BookTube. Hello, friends. Welcome to Lizzie Faye Loves Books. I'm Elizabeth, and it's Saturday, so it's past time for Friday Reads. I had hoped to do a Friday Reads video yesterday, but I was busy filming two other videos. One of them I just finished editing, and the other one I'm going to have to redo it right after I get through filming this. But I hope to have both of those up for you very soon. And for now, I just wanted to go ahead and talk to you about what I've just finished reading this past week, what I'm currently reading, and what I hope to read in the coming week. So the 4 books that I finished this second week of January were all audiobooks, and one of them is a book called Habits for Success. It's by G. Brian Benson. This was my least favorite book for the week. I had found this on Hoopla the first day of January when I was looking for something motivational and uplifting to read, and I borrowed it, and I listened to a few minutes of it then and thought, no, this is not what I want to read on the first day of January. And so I went on and read other things, and then I was looking at it, and I thought, I hate to waste that borrow. I only get 10 per month on Hoopla, and I usually use them all. So I thought, well, it's 4 hours and 40 minutes. I'll speed it up and go ahead and listen to it. It wasn't bad, but it really was 4 hours and 40 minutes worth of things I already knew, basically common sense sort of things. And there were some personal anecdotes mixed in. It wasn't bad, and it's always good to be reminded of things like that. So it's not a bad thing that I listened to it, but I don't feel like it was the best use of my time, I suppose. So then the other books that I listened to were the third book in the Anne Perry Mysteries, Christmas Stories, Mysteries. This is A Christmas Guest. This particular bind-up has a Christmas guest and a Christmas secret. But I decided not to go ahead and listen to A Christmas Secret right now. The Christmas Guest is the third in the series, and I listened to all 3 of those this past, these past few weeks, and they were enjoyable, but I think I would get more from them if I knew the characters a little bit better. I understand that the main characters from each of these stories are pulled from her other mainstream mysteries, so I may try 1 or 2 of those during the year and then possibly revisit this series next Christmas or in future Christmases from now. I don't know. So I'm stopping here. It was a good story. The main character did a lot of growth throughout. She started out being very cantankerous and spiteful and encountered another person who was accused of something, and she realized that this other person was getting a bad rap and being accused of things that she herself was guilty of, and it made her sort of stop and reevaluate her life. And there was a murder, and so she was trying to solve the murder in amongst all of that. But it was really a good story, and I think I would, again, enjoy it and appreciate it more if I already knew that character. So that was good. Then my favorite book of the month so far is Scythe by Neal Shusterman, and I thought this was the best dystopian book that I've read since Hunger Games. It was really good. Very dark, but very good. And I'm not even going to tell you about it because all you need to do is Google this and you'll get, I'm sure, a million reviews that are a lot more eloquently done than me. But just know that I personally enjoyed it. Now, even though I mostly read comfort reads and women's fiction, I do like a good dystopian, and this I thought was very well done. My husband read it, and that now he's already finished book 2. It's sitting in my house, but I think I'm going to go ahead and return it to the library, and I'll come back to it whenever I can get it on audio. Our library doesn't have it on audio yet, and I did listen to this on audio, and it was very good. So this was very enjoyable. If you can enjoy a book about death, then it was, and I just thought it was very well done, very compelling. And then the last audiobook that I listened to this week was a reread or a re-listen. This is Jan Karen's Story Hour. This is 3 books, basically her 3 picture books in one book. But it's obviously the text and not the pictures, and it's just very well done, very beautifully narrated by Jan and her daughter. I would say if you want to read Jan Karon's children's and picture books, then don't miss the print copies because they're beautifully illustrated. But this was a very nice compilation. There are some extra bonus items on here that you don't get in the print books, so I recommend both. And just to put in a little plug, the video that I just filmed yesterday that I just finished editing is a video about all of Jan Karon's books. So I was just doing a little research and rereading of some of these books that I hadn't read in a long time, and I hope that you will stay tuned to my channel for that video, which should be coming very soon. Now, the books that I'm currently reading, there are 5 books. I have 2 books in print. I have barely started Sweet September, but I just read a quote. Now I can't even think who it was from, but it said something like, "A job begun is half done." You know, half the battle is getting started, and I have had this book hanging on my TBR for so long, and I'm super excited that now I have read a few chapters of it, and it is underway, so that's awesome. Then the books that I am almost done with, well, let's see. I have another book that I'm half done with. This is another book I'm reading in print. We Wish You a Murderous Christmas by Vicki Delany. This is book 2 in the year-round Christmas mysteries, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It is very good. At the point I am now, I really have no idea who the murderer is, so it's still a guess. It's anybody's guess right now. And I have also just started a book on my Kindle, an ebook, and I will show it to you. It is called A Grave Mistake. Get it to come up here. It's by Janice J. Richardson. It's book 3 in the Niagara Spencer Funeral Home Niagara Cozy Mysteries series, and I've read the first 2, really enjoyed them. Janice J. Richardson is a former funeral director in Canada, and she really knows her stuff. I have read her memoir about how she learned to be a funeral director and her training for that. That's really good. And then I am in the middle of her Cozy Mystery series, so it's very well done. And if you are interested in that subject and you like Cozy Mysteries, then I would definitely recommend picking it up. And they do need to go in order because there is kind of an overarching storyline connecting the books. So you should start with the first one, which was called Casket Cash, and they are available on ebook on your Kindle or whatever device. They're available from Amazon, Kindle, wherever you buy your ebooks. And then I'm almost done. Actually, while I have my Kindle up, let me show you the book I am listening to on Audible. This is a book that I'm listening to for Sarah from Steepton Books Audible Romance Package Challenge that she's doing. And one of the challenges for this month is to read a book that falls in the contemporary romance category. And I chose Texas Cooking by Lisa Wingate. This is book 1 in the Texas Hill Country series, and I'm almost done with it. I'm on the last chapter. It's really cute. I am thoroughly enjoying it. It's about a young woman who is a journalist, and she kind of got mixed up in some sort of a scandal and was blackballed, and eventually one of her friends gave her a freelance job to go to Texas to write some cooking human interest pieces. And so while she's there, she meets someone, and now things are kind of coming to a head with the previous scandal that happened, and she's being offered a huge opportunity to go back to her old life. And where I am now, she's deciding what she wants to do. So I think I know which way she's going to go. But it's a very good book, and I think there's at least 3 in the series, so I will more than likely continue the series. It's narrated by Johanna Parker. And that's all of the ebooks. Okay, then I saved the best for last. This Book is amazing, and I'm almost done with it as well. I'm listening to it on audio in my car. The Great Alone by Kristin Hannah. So good. Wow. Again, this is a book that I'm sure you can hear other reviewers talking much more about it and speaking about it much better than I can. I'm reading this for book club, and it's just amazing. So we're going to be discussing it next week for my in real life book club at my library. And I'm really looking forward to chatting about this with other people. It is about a man with PTSD who takes his family off the grid to Alaska. That's where it starts, but there's just so much that happens. So this is definitely my favorite thing that I'm reading right now at this moment, and I think that's everything. Let me check my notes to make sure I told you about everything. Then as far as what I have coming up, I have some audiobooks. Oh dear, I'm dropping things. Where'd they go? Okay, here we go. So on audio, I hope to listen to this week Chance of a Lifetime by Jodi Thomas, book 5 in the Harmony series. And then Emma by Jane Austen. I have this checked out from the Audible Romance package. And then in print, I am going to read one book for Lala's Buzzwordathon, Here Lies the Librarian by Richard Peck. And then I have one other Christmas book I still want to read so I can pass it on to my sister, Patchwork Christmas by Renee DeMarco and Colleen Reece. And then, of course, my read-along book for the Cherry Cola Book Club. The selection this month is Queen of the Cookbooks by Ashton Lee. So those are the books that I hope to get to this coming week, as well as the books that I'm currently reading, mainly in print. These two, I've got to get these done. This has to go back to the library ASAP. So that's it for this week in what I'm reading, and I hope you'll stay tuned for some other videos I have coming up very soon. So that's all for this video. I hope you're having a great day. Read a good book, and God bless you.